You know when you wake up in the morning after a big week and you're thinking, I need a breakfast of champions? Well, I've got one right here. In my pan here, I've just started everything off. I've got some potato and some onions and sausages that I snipped up with a scissors, and also a little bit of pork belly that I found in the back of the fridge. I popped it into my pan, but my secret ingredient is the duck fat. I've got duck fat in the bottom of that pan, and that's going to make everything delicious. The thing I love about duck fat is it reminds me of my nana's cooking. Remember the dripping she used to have next to the stove? It's got that sort of flavour, but even better, and I love cooking with it. One of the things I love about using duck fat is you can cook it at a really high temperature. For frying off things like mushrooms and meat and potatoes and onions in a fry pan where you want lots of colour, duck fat is perfect. You just add a little bit of salt to that and some pepper and let the duck fat do its magic. That's coming along beautifully. And another thing you can also do with duck fat is you can cook it at a really low temperature. And I'll use a low temperature to cook my eggs. I'll just need to crack my eggs into the pan, nice and gently. Now you can see it's at a really low temperature. It's just starting to set. And that's the beautiful thing about duck fat. You can use it in so many different ways. It just adds more flavour. Now, all I need to do is give this a little bit of a toss around like that so the mushrooms absorb all of that lovely flavour. And to that, I'll add some green vegetables, some peas that have been sitting in the fridge. This is a great little recipe for using up all the bits and pieces left over from the week's dinner and turn it into a beautiful, delicious, flavoursome, tasty breakfast. That's what it's all about. And if you've had a good breakfast, which is the most important part of the day, you know the rest of the day is going to be spot on. In goes some spring onions because we want it nice and fresh. You can use any herbs that you want, and it's just a matter of tossing it around like this for a minute or so till it all comes together. Now have a look at this egg. I've got it on a nice temperature, so it's just starting to set. I reckon about a minute or two, these eggs will be cooked all the way through, and this will be fantastic. I'll plate it all up and show you what a delicious breakfast looks like. And we're ready to go. Have a look at that. Lots of lovely goodness there. Lots of great stuff to keep you going for the rest of the week, I think. Now, this is a dish that you would serve up to a very hungry family or a bunch of lumberjacks. And then a few eggs on top like that, that lovely duck fat in there. That's a great dish. That duck fat has really caramelised everything beautifully. You can imagine me popping that down on the table in front of my teenage boys. They would devour this in seconds.